Hello, dearly beloved viewers. Welcome to another beautiful edition of After the Movie with Naira. And today promises to be another beautiful session, enlightening, educative, and all sort of things that you can think of. Because I have two beautiful and seasoned women of God in the house with me today, in the studio rather. And this is where you bring the drums. Permit me to welcome the delectable, or the delectable. The amazing and the phenomenal mothers in Bridge movie. So I have with me your favorite, the favorite of the favorite. Can you guess? Okay, where am I going to start? Because this women's beauty is actually confusing me. Where should I start, ma? Who wants to go first? Okay, let's start from mommy. Yeah, soldier. Kindly introduce yourself to us and what you do, ma.
Hello, viewers. My name is Naira Account. I'm a civil servant.
Ma, you did not put Iya soldier.
Okay.
Which kind of introduction is that one?
Let me come again. Anyway, my name is Naira Account, Mama Soldier. I'm a civil servant. I'm a mother of 3. I'm married. Let me see that. Okay, I have 3 kids, and I play football as well.
Ooh, wow.
I still play with my students in school.
Wow.
All right, I think I'm good.
Nice, nice. Okay, we have mommy. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, so good day, viewers. I'm so delighted to be here. I am Feyi Adegboyega. I acted in the movie The Bridge.
You've not told me your role in The Bridge.
My role. Mrs.
Hey, you're not proud of Adekunbi.
I have to be. I was Mrs. Adekunbi in The Bridge. So, yeah.
What do you do, ma, in real life?
Okay, in real life.
Yes, ma.
I'm a pastor. I'm a reverend of our church, Abundant Life Gospel Mission. And I work in the university as a lecturer. I'm a professor of ophthalmology and a consultant ophthalmologist in the University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital. So I'm an eye surgeon in real life.
Yes, ma'am.
In real life. Okay. I'm also a mother and a grandmother.
Ah.
So what else? Of course, I'm a wife. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so delighted to have them in the house. Like, I feel like introducing myself again. I'm the Naira, I'm a daughter because this is so beautiful. Okay, so before we go on, ma, how would you say you were able to become Mrs. Adekunbi Douglas, the Mrs. Adekunbi Douglas? Because how were you able to separate her from you?
Oh, okay. The scriptwriter gave the character of Mrs. Adekunbi, and the character was so graphically described, and I think that makes life a bit easy. So I just needed to try and enter into that character. Not a very beautiful character. You just do what you're asked to do. Sure you get. And then the Holy Spirit helps you. Helped me to move into that character. I think she was just one nasty, arrogant. Don't let me say the
Yeah, thank you, ma. How about you, ma? How were you able to become Mama Soldier? Because as I'm looking at you like this, I'm not seeing Mrs. Adedare. I am seeing Mama Soldier. How were you able to enter it? And
Well, let me say His grace. Then normally, I'm not, normally, I'm the cool-headed type anyway. So, I was able to enter into that character basically by the grace of God. Because it was somehow opposite of me, putting on big clothes just to when I read the script, I was like, God, be tying scarf Normally, I don't tie scarf. Right from my single days, I prefer to leave my hair, style my hair, make nice hair, and But entering into that role, I was like, God, I'll be tying scarf, but I just ask God for grace, and the Lord really helped me.
Thank God for grace. Thank God for grace, because you both have embodied your characters so much that we are not just in love with those characters, we are in love with you both. I mean, it's so beautiful. So before we proceed, there's this game I would like us to play, and I'll show you a character. You will mimic the character. Then we would guess who the character is. Are we good?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to start with you, ma.
Right.
Yes, ma. This is the character here to mimic. Don't say it out, though. Just mimic the person now.
Adekunbi, see, you need to calm down. Let's give these children some time.
Okay, can you guess who that is, ma? You're still trying?
I'm still trying.
She should try.
Male
Okay,
or
let's go.
female?
As it is, I already know who the person is.
Let's give it.
Let's go on, ma.
You should guess that, ma. He's a male.
Baba soldier.
Hey.
I hope you are not talking about Douglas.
Exactly, ma. Oh my God.
I don't know how you coped with Mrs. Douglas.
Ultima is a rare gem. Ma, so this is your person. This is the person you're going to mimic without telling us the name.
Oh!
Can you tell me that is?
Well, I guess it's Baba Soldier.
Ah, what a beautiful wife! Please, let's give it to her. That was so beautiful. That's Baba Soldier with all his gallivanting around. It's so beautiful to see. And I'm grateful that the wives were able to pick the husband's characters. Okay, so straight to the question for today. What would you say is your favorite scene in all of Bridgma?
Favorite what?
Your favorite scene?
Scene. There were several. There were too many. You know that housemaid? Hey. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I don't know where she got the English from.
Yes, ma. Something there. Something out those them.
Say what you want to say and get out of here. The English, share you get. It's okay.
But you're in love with her already.
Yeah, she's good. She was just fantastic. And,
Oh, Abigail must be blushing wherever she is.
Well, I agree with you.
How about you, ma? What would you say is your favorite scene in the entire Bridge movie?
Wow. I think the scene where Louisa and Abidemi bought a shop from Mama Soldier and she fainted.
I know, but this store is yours.
Eh?
Huh? Mommy, henceforth, you start selling.
Eh?
Yes, ma.
Kini?
Mommy, it is yours.
Ha!
Carrier. Where's water?
That scene is, in fact, it's something else.
That's realistic, actually. It was realistic for me in the sense that what she wasn't expecting, she got, and it just changed her life drastically. From Mama Soldier sitting at home, selling Worobo, what do they call it?
Yeah, when they first came, and they were like,
Okay, so as we proceed, recently you celebrated your wedding anniversary, 17th wedding anniversary. So we celebrate you for that, ma.
Thank you very much.
And I know mommy is vast in experience as a grandmother. So my question is for both of you now. How would you say you were able to handle parents-in-law for those 17 years and beyond? How would you say you were able to handle them in few, how do I put it now? In summary, actually, how would you say you're able to handle parents-in-laws?
Well, for parents-in-laws, it requires grace and patience. That is just what we need. I don't have a mother-in-law. I only have a father-in-law, and he has been so lovely. So I don't have I don't have issue with my father-in-law. But my husband told me that if I didn't being the woman is alive, that I wouldn't like myself, that she would have given me a kind of tough time. But for those who have troublesome mother-in-laws or father-in-laws,
like Emmanuel's mom.
Emmanuel's mom, thank God for the wisdom of God for Bimpe. She actually, she did well, and she allowed God to take charge of the whole situation. So all you just need as a woman, because it affects the woman virtually all the time. So all you need to do is to apply wisdom, be patient with them, and be prayerful. And lastly, tolerance. Just tolerate them. It's a matter of time. They won't be there with you all through. It's just for some time.
Thank you so much, ma. That was a hit. If there's a word like that. All right, mommy, how would you say or advise that young women handle parents-in-laws now?
Yeah, thank you very much. By His grace, I've been married for 31 years plus.
Wow.
So from the beginning, I had prayed and asked God to say, as I enter this home, I want to see my parents in love. I don't like to call them parent-in-law. I want to see them as my own parents. I want to see my husband's family, his sisters as my sisters, his brothers as my brothers. And I think that mindset has helped me tremendously. So I'm coming in with a clean plate that these are my people. There are good parts, it's okay. My own direct biological parent can have good parts. If they had bad parts, it's okay. My own biological parent can have bad parts. So looking at them in that light has just helped me so much. And I've enjoyed fantastic relationship with my mother and father-in-law. Both of them are still alive. Wow. And sometimes my mom will say, you won't go no more me, and I see it like that. I see it like that. I've just had no issue with them. Almost every day or another day, my mother-in-law will call. And each time you just be ready to say amen, amen, because she will just keep praying and praying and praying. So I feel if we take them as our own, if they see us as an addition to them, not a subtraction, there's likely to be, a good flow in our relationship. They're not seeing you as someone who has come to reduce them, to take from them. And I want to tell most young wives that before you got married, your husband has a family. Most times they've been in communication and fellowship and relationship with their mother or their father. So we're not to come in and want to sever that relationship. You don't want to come in and then take them over and say, hey, now we're married. No. So for us, if we're going to see our mother, we'll go together. If we're going to have any discussions, we have it together. And I think women should know that the care of the home is in our care. So if we're not careful, our men may not be so thoughtful about the needs of their parent or even of themselves. And we must bear that in mind. So immediately we come in, we must see it as part of our responsibility to keep looking out for their good and welfare. to keep reminding our spouse, have we done this? Have we got mama's drugs? Do we have food for them? Because once you get married, the responsibility on the man becomes wider. And because they are not inherently built to think about these minute details, we may just forget our parents. Either side. And if that happens, it's easier for the in-law to feel, oh, it's because the wife has come. That's why every linkage and every care have suddenly ceased. It shouldn't happen. It may take a lot of sacrifice. And like I said, the bottom line is, these are my parents. What will I have? What will I love to see happen to my parent? And so you keep relating to them like that. So they see you as their own daughter. You see them as their own parent. For me till date, if Mama or Baba wants something, they will first call me and ask me. Because they know that as much as the Lord helps us, it's going to be done within what we can afford, definitely. But you see, once they see that we love them, we care for them, we're thinking about their welfare, and we have not come to reduce them, we have come to add to them. Everybody is happy when they have an addition.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think the mindset is what we have to first deal with. Some people have been so primed to feel that, oh, once you enter, it's your mother-in-law that will give you trouble. Who is bringing that to our lives? As children of God, we shouldn't entertain that. Because once we have that in our mind, even a little error, a little mistake, a little differences, we are quick to conclude, yeah, they've said it before. That's why it's behaving like that. I always told a young lady that had so much complaint, her mother-in-law is a witch and all that. I said, listen, if your own mother, and it can happen, if your own mother happens to be a witch, what will you do? Will you disown her? No. You pray, you love, and you trust the Lord to shield you and to protect you. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. I've been so blessed. My mother-in-law, my father-in-law, they are fantastic, And I'm just enjoying my life. And luckily, when my mother passed on, I said, well, because she's really my mother. And he is my father. And let me tell you one secret. When I was still busy trying to sit for my exam, become a consultant and all that, if we have programs in our family house, of course, as doctors, they know I'm busy and I try to explain. I may not be there morning till night, but I make sure I'll just surface, do some few minutes, do all the best I can. But I saw my father-in-law, he would say, Yapis, and so when the others are asking, where is Onya? I sent her on an errand. So God blessed me with a very understanding father and mother-in-law. They were so interested in my progress, and they appreciate the little that I can do, and they gave room for that, And sometimes when I know I won't be available, I just go and get one or two local. I say, Mama, you know what I can share? They will do all the work for you. So I think it's just, I see them as a blessing, and every family should see their in-law as a blessing. Our house should be open to them. There was an incident that happened like 4 or 5 years back. My mother-in-law sustained an injury. It was a bone injury. And I was in the hospital when my husband called me. I said, this is what has happened. No, I think I traveled out of the town and that they were in the hospital. And I said, how bad is it? He gave a little description. And I said, Immediately they asked us to leave the hospital. Please just take her home to my house. Because for burns, I know she will need a place where she can be well taken care of. So she stayed with us for like 6 months. But when I'm sharing this, I got angered in my spirit. When people come, several people were coming to greet her, of course, And then when they are praying, they're like thanking God that Mama can come to her son's house and stay. And I sometimes feel like stopping them in the midst of that prayer. What kind of thanksgiving is that? That you are thanking God that a mother can come into her son's house and be at peace. It should be the norm. If it's required, it should be the normal thing. And almost everyone that comes in, they kept praying that kind of prayer. And I said, surely something must be wrong somewhere. We need to be tolerant, like my sister said. We need to be accommodating. We need to share. We need to let them have a feeling that they have a place in our life. And as she rightly said, sometimes I get worried. How long are they going to be here with us? You know? So the time when they are here, let's be there for them. Let's be willing to open up our doors. Of course, there have to be boundaries. Do you understand? Yes, there are certain things that you cannot accept. There shouldn't be interference in the running of the home. But they should have a place in our life, and we should care for them. I think, and I believe it strongly, that whoever God has used to raise your spouse from a baby, nursed him till he became a man that you would like to get married to, you should appreciate them and reward them.
That was such a beautiful time, beautiful session with both mothers. Thank you so much. That was insightful. Okay, so before we proceed, this is another game. So are we ready? I know you are Bible scholars. You're going to kill this. So the title of the game is Complete the Text. So it's going to be a Bible text. Okay. Complete the Bible text. So I'll just give a phrase.
Where is the curriculum?
I have the curriculum.
Lecturer.
I have the curriculum.
By faith, let us go.
Okay, so I'm going to give you the phrase in the Bible, and then you're going to complete it with the correct Bible text. And know you are women of God. Are we ready?
Good try. God will help us.
All right, ma. So, in him.
In him, we have I live and have a being.
Okay, ma. In him. Another one.
In him. We have our being.
Another one. She has said that. I can help you. In him was light, and the light was the life of men. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. So I got mommy's gifts.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, in the beginning.
In the beginning was the Word.
And the Word was God. And the Word was God.
Oh yeah, another in the beginning.
In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
Yeah.
Okay, you both are correct. Don't help yourselves.
And the heart was without void.
Yes, okay, another one. Bless the Lord.
Oh my soul.
Forget
not all his benefits.
Forget not all his benefits.
Okay.
Bless the Lord. Oh my soul.
You're correct. Okay, so this last one. Don't help yourselves. You people are doing Mothers Association for me here.
Yes, now.
Let everything that has breath
praise the Lord.
Oh my goodness. Please let's clap for these women. This is so beautiful. Thank you so much, Maz. Okay, so the next question I have for you is about the last episode on Bridge. The last part that was released is about Louisa's adoption and the whole issues surrounding the adoption. So what would you say is your Christian perspective to adoption, ma?
Well, for me, I don't see anything bad in it. If we have Christian couple, who are trusting God for the fruits of the womb, and they've tried all their possible best, and nothing is working, nothing seems to be working. I don't think anything is bad in adopting a child or in adopting children. That is from my own perspective anyway.
You're a Christian, ma, so it's a Christian woman's perspective. Okay, ma, is there any biblical inference where we can establish adoption, ma?
Well, for me in the Bridge, that twist of Louisa being adopted was something fantastic. In two ways. One, we could relate to it because we had two adopted children, even before our biological children begin to come. We didn't have any delay. We just saw two young kids who needed a home, and we brought them in, and they're still with us, and they're doing very well.
Wow.
Now, the other perspective in the Bible that I saw, and the day I came across that part of the scriptures, I was so excited because I had 2, 3, 4 families, couples, Christians, that were waiting on the Lord for children. And we've been trying to talk to them about adoption and, you know, all of the reservations and all of that with it. I read one time when the Bible was talking about, I think Miriam, you know, we commonly thought that she had no children. But there's a passage in the scripture, I can't remember clearly where it is, where it said, listed 5 names of children and says they are the children of Miriam.
Wow.
And if you go back in history, you will see that they were not her biological children. They were the children of, I think, her senior sister who died. And she took them in and took care of them. And the Bible recorded her as the mother of. So if you are not careful, you'll be like, but we thought this person never. But then she was recorded as the mother of those 5 children. And of course, we could think about Esther and Mordecai, you know.
Yes,
That may not be like a formal kind of adoption, but he so took her in as his own daughter, nursed her, guarded her, you know, brought her up in the fear of the Lord, and ensured that she succeeded in life. That's parenthood. It's not more than that. So for us as children of God, there's nothing wrong. Even if you are having your own children, if we keep remembering that there are thousands and thousands of children that have no parents, no homes, no hope, we can open up our hearts, open up our house, and bring them in. Yorùbá máa ń sọ̀rọ̀ kan wọ́n ní ẹni tó bá tọ́ ọmọ òun ló bí ọmọ, and I've seen that play out. Children, if you bring them in, particularly when they're young, they know you just. And even if in life later you come up and say, this is the story, most of them are not interested. Because it is the person who has nursed them, cared for them, loved them, nurtured them, that they see as their parent.
Thank you so much, Maz. Okay, so from that, what or when would you say is the appropriate time to let an adopted child know that they are adopted? Or is there an appropriate time to let them know that they are adopted?
That's a very technical. I think it's not going to be one answer fit all.
Okay.
It has to be, you know, on the circumstance.
Okay, because what happened to Louisa, I feel that if she had known beforehand, maybe she would have handled it better than knowing it after she has become a mother. I don't know how that sounds, but is there ever an appointed time or that she should have been told as a child or what? I don't know. Even me, I feel, I don't know what I'm thinking currently. Ma, what do you think? Should the child be told? If the child should be told, when is the appropriate time for the child to know they're adopted?
Well, it's in 2 ways. You can tell the child, and you can decide to be mute about it. Then, as in when you want to tell the child, it should be when the child is matured to handle it, and not when the child is still very young. Such a child may decide to run away. Maybe he wants to go and search for his or her parents or so. So I think telling Louisa at that time is not too bad. It's just the way she handled it. It's not something serious that you are adopted. It has no meaning. It doesn't stop you for being Michael Douglas' daughter. They took care of you. Mostly, you don't know your parents. In fact, our parents are late, according to the movie. So I think the way it happened in the movie is okay, very, very perfect, because she is matured. But you know Louisa and her character, because she you know, this baby stuff.
She wants a perfect life.
So that's it.
No, but in general, we are all adopted children of God. Christ adopted us.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think the state of maturity, which is not related to age. Somebody who can be old and is still very, very immature. So the settings, particularly the relations that surround you, because the major problem is in some climb, it is those relations that begin to, you know, why is he doing gra-gra? I hope she knows that she's not even bona fide. So if you are in that kind of a setting that you feel that some people may be, you know, saying some things at the back, it's better to find a way to let the child know early enough. But of course, bottom line is, if it's adopted or not, if you love the child adequately, the child feels a part of you. Letting that out may not mean so much. Of course, there will always be that initial, like for Louisa, I can connect, you know, she have just felt that she was the heir apparent, she was, you know, and the way she was carrying herself, aided by her mother, you know, that kind. I think it's a shock to feel that, oh, so I might not have been so different from the like of
Yes, ma'am.
I think those were the
Yeah, that's
things,
beautiful. Because Abika too is liable to be adopted.
And that's it.
Okay, ma. There is this other thing I want to ask you. I know it's off the initial conversation, but then it's more like you giving an advice to women, to young women in waiting, like people that are trusting God for children. So what would you give to them as an advice in this process of waiting, considering all that Bimpe went through and all of that? What would you say is a word of advice for women that are trusting the Lord for children?
The Bible says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. The advice is keep trusting God. Keep trusting Him. He knows how to do it. You can't, you know, perform any magic when it comes to childbearing. It is only God that has the final say over your life. So why not keep trusting Him, be patient, and make yourself available. And if you're actually trusting God for something like that, it is not only prayer. Thank God for doctors. Go to the hospital, go for series of tests, know what is actually wrong. That is in the place of knowledge, so that science is advancing every day. Who knows? They could provide a solution to your childbearing issue, and a miracle will happen. And if you are perfectly okay, God is there to do that which He has proposed in His heart to do.
Thank you so much, ma. So, ma, what will be your final words to our viewers? Word of advice? What do you have for our viewers, ma, as we call it a day?
Oh, that's so broad. There are too many things to want to tell our viewers. But I want to say that viewers who have known the Lord, please don't let Him go off. Let's keep holding on to Him. No matter what is happening, the settings and the situations, let's hold tight to whom we believe in. And for the viewers who are yet to give their life to the Lord Jesus, I want to implore you, that's the best decision you can take in life. I recall in 1988 when I gave my life to Jesus. I'm so grateful to God to this very moment, because there's a peace, there's a joy that you have knowing the Lord and then serving Him, and then the hope of glory that we have in Him. So if you're yet to give your life to Jesus, why not do it right now? He's ever waiting for us. Revelation 3:20 made it very clear. He said He's standing at the door of your heart. He's knocking. If you open the door, He will come in and sup with you, and you will sup with Him. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma. So I know that you've had such an amazing session. Even me, I've gotten so much knowledge, additional knowledge, and then it's such a privilege to have them with us for pouring out of the many virtues to us all. We are so grateful. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much, ma. And we hope that when next we call you, you'll be here for us. Thank you so much, viewers. Thank you for watching till this very point. Kindly like, share, and subscribe, and drop your comments. If you have any questions for our guests, kindly drop it in the comment section, and we'll definitely attend to them. Thank you very much for staying tuned to this channel. See you next time, same channel. Bye.
Bye-bye.